Hey guys, welcome back to our new video of Hobbiton Zoo. Today we are continuing on the Rivendell section, which I said to you guys was gonna probably evolve a lot of videos making this area. But today I'm getting lots of more stuff done too. As you guys already can see in the back here, I did some stuff to this building, which I cut out because you basically already saw me do that on the previous buildings I did in the first videos. I didn't do anything like less differently from that. So there's some stuff I have chose to cut out, which is basically some of the same things. And then you will see me, like, for example, creating this sort of roof I'm doing here to make this arch, this opening, look a lot better. So this is basically what you guys are gonna see me do for the first section here of the video. I'm adding some things here I do where I add my own kind of touch to this build, which is basically why I wanted to build Rivendell, was to build it somewhat similar, but also adding my own things to it here and there. And there are some things that I just can't really see to understand by looking at some pictures and stuff, how they get to where and stuff. But a lot of it, I look at, it's a lot of concept art, so all the basic things are not really shown there. So I kind of like had to go in and do my own kind of thing. So there's also something I am gonna do later on in this video, where you will see me make this stairway from the top floor down to this big opening building I'm doing here, which I actually thought about maybe adding that boat ride we have here in this game. Maybe I can in some way or another having it going around down here, going through some caves and stuff. I don't know, maybe that would be a thing. And then maybe I can even add animals in those caves, who knows, no. But I'm brainstorming some ideas here. But I thought that how to get people down here, I do need something, or I could of course just make habitats. Because as I say, I can't really make it as that you see it with like big mountains and all this lushy environment. I'm gonna try and make it as compact down where it is. But the surroundings with like big mountains with terrain and rocks and stuff, I am gonna try add a few things so it doesn't just look bare, kind of like bury it in, you know. But I'm not gonna have it like looking super crazy with the waterfalls and rocks, and because I add tons of water effects already, right? And I can already feel that it tanks a lot when I go near them. So this area is gonna be a frame killer for sure if it's already are. But not so many frames that I can't build in here or anything. But I do get that bug where if I place a lot of buildings next to each other or pieces, it kind of freezes up a bit. But it works out. I don't mind it. I'll manage to do some stuff with it anyways. It's becoming more of a habit just to wait for it, basically, now. I saw that like on the picture thing, they have like this sort of little archy roof that connects with this mid building I put down here. And it looks super cool, having this sort of little angled roof that kind of like goes in a little curve. It's super cool, really like that idea. So I thought I would add that too, and I also add that on the right side of this build. There's definitely something about this building here. I really love how it turned out. And especially also with the spires I put on the sides there. It really just pops up a lot more, and I really like it. There are still some stuff you will see all the way around, like maybe a building that is kind of like half floating, or some rocks that are looking like they're placed by a 2-year-old. I don't know, but it is still a lot of templates I have here. But you will definitely see me finishing up this particular building today. I do need to add a little bridge that cross over the two platforms here on the inside, but besides that, this building is quite is ready to go, and I was super happy how it turned out, especially with the white colors, and then you have like these sort of blue teal kind of color going into it. I think they kind of clash very well, and I kind of like how it turned out. It looks very elvish, elven-ish, is it? Yeah, and then also makes it a little up with the Hobbiton vibe. So I'm super happy how all this is starting to look now. And also, if I get people to walk around here too, and you know, have animals and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna look super cool. I really want some animals to roam around, like where I'm making this this like water flow going around, a little lake across all of it. But it's just, I think it's gonna be such a hassle for me to try build somewhat of a habitat besides inside all this. I rather maybe want the outskirts of the areas where there's more options for me to build something on. But it's still in the brainstorming when it comes to the animals, and I don't know when we will start adding animals to this area. I feel like I definitely need somewhat of an area secure before I can start adding animals and having guests coming over here too, because we also need to connect Hobbiton area with the Rivendell area, and then we have to have the Hobbiton and Rivendell connecting to the big Oliphant sanctuary thing we're gonna make. So there's still some things, but I'm super happy of how much I also get done today. That's also why the video is slight long, but still shorter than the previous one. I made sure of that because I didn't want to give you guys a 40-minute video again of me just basically doing the same stuff. But yeah, I do add a lot of stuff to the roofs here though, because I feel like if you make a nice roof, the roof is just all what it's about, you know, the spires, the top, the trims, just it can look so good. And I really like these Indian bits we have here that are recolorable, that you can add to the top there to make it look super, you know, just elvish in that way. Super cool. So after that section here, I added the little bridge you saw crossing, where I'm gonna make those elvenish canopies things. There might have been some other ways of making them on, but I chose to use the thin plank and kind of like go with it with there. I kind of like the end result of it, but I assume it might have been an easier way of doing them. But now I try to make them custom, and I'm kind of happy on how they turned out. But you guys, we will come to that eventually, because now you see here again I'm struggling with making the water flow, like the little lake I wanted to have here, that's gonna go all the way across and then over to the bridge where I'm gonna have the elvish canopies, arches I just talked about. So everything here is kind of like gonna connect together, and I also want the water to kind of like make sense here. So that's why you see me play a lot around with the water and stuff, going back and forth here, because I really didn't know how much lake there is actually here, but I assume that this lake kind of like flows all the way over to this bridge you see on the right side of this platform I'm building here. But yeah, there's not really so much. It's not organized, as you already know, guys. It's when I build, it's mainly all over the place, because I kind of like want to see how things look without me finishing them off, so I know this is the way to go or not. Because sometimes that's where I mainly use more time on, is to figure out where I freaking want to place a rock or a tree, or does it ruin the shot, or you know, like all those small things. Yeah, but anyways, we're going over here now. I do remove this white platform you saw me place here next to the rocks, because I'm gonna make this the stairway coming from the arch over there down to the platform where we have the other building. Everything is gonna be connected, but I'm not sure I can make all of it connected with pathing. So even though it's gonna look like you can reach there, you might not be able to if I actually can't get the pathing over there. I should have started with the pathing first before I kind of like laid down some of the things, I guess. But it is what it is now. I just need to figure out a way to do all this. I mean, it's not that difficult, because I do already make some pathing in this video, but that's mainly from, you know, level 1 to 2 and so on. So I don't need to think about that when it comes to it later on, when I'm actually done with all this. I am also gonna lush it up a lot more. Right now you see me placing a lot of rocks, and then maybe just a few trees, but I am gonna lush it up a lot more, and I am gonna put a little bit more color into the foliage too. But I kind of feel like it's cool, so you guys can see how it kind of looks now, just with all the rocks placing, and just before it kind of like becomes this super lushy environment. So I'm super happy for that. I am moving over here to the other section I was in the first video, and just trying to fiddle in with the waterfall a bit, just because I felt like it looked random without having any connection to it. So I felt like it needed a little bit of water flow there too. Here is the path I was talking about, where I'm doing from level 1 to level 2 here, where this is kind of like can be some sort of, I don't know, transition that goes up to this area where we might be able to make maybe a food court, maybe some exhibits with some different animals that we already have from Hobbiton, and maybe make some small habitats, or maybe a big habitat they can look from the inside of these buildings here. I don't know, there's a lot of brainstorming going on, but I definitely feel like that this path here was a good choice to do, because then I kind of already have them going from this floor to this section here, and maybe I can do some stuff, as I said, with the boat ride down here even, or I can build a little, I don't know, something down here that they will get down to do. So it just feels like people are walking on the stairs and stuff. It always looks super cool when the guests are using kind of like the pathing and all that stuff you did for them, when it works. But yeah, I'm mainly just fiddling around a little bit here with this sort of build here, making my own little arch, making the water go around, so so there's not this super big gap between the buildings here. And I'm using the new bits from the South America pack here just to close it off, because it goes very well with the obviously pieces that the wall pieces you get for it. But also, I am also gonna lush this up a bit. I'm gonna put some foliage and stuff down here, maybe a little bit of clutter, you know, like an episode for an episode, right? I mean, it's small steps we do. We kind of like get the area built and stuff, and then as soon as we have all this sorted out, then the fun part comes. Then we have to like, then comes all the smaller detailing, the cluttered parts, and all that stuff. Because I also need to make that big, nice fantasy tower there is in the back of all of it. It just looks so beautiful, and I really want to try and make that. So maybe I'll do that in the next video or so, or I'll postpone it to something else. I don't know. It always depends on what I feel like doing when I get in here. I never really like think about it. I'm just like, I feel like building today, so let's get in. Unless I have this idea on how to use the pieces, or you know, you kind of like have a thought through the day. I'm like, oh, that would be cool. Then you jump in and build it. But it's mainly not here. Here I know what I want, so it's mainly just building it. And when I feel it, I just go in and I'll stop whenever I see fit, you know. So, but yeah, it's pretty much how this works. You guys see here, I'm kind of like trying to freshen up this area too, because I was thinking cinematic shots, because I want one of the cinematics to kind of like go under the arch here, and then you see this beautiful elvenish, you know, plaza area, you know. I really like that. So that's kind of like what I was trying to go at here. You know, I was always thinking about that when I was building all this. And I kind of like made my own custom fence here by turning on the two Indian bits I used as roof pieces, and just give them this sort of, so it looks, I think this looks super cool. It definitely has more of an elvenish vibe to it than all the other fences we have given into the game. So super happy about how this fencing looked, and I'm probably also gonna repeat it a lot in other places around this area here. But I do really feel like that it looks good, and it suits the area well. And here comes the little random part I did, guys, where I said that I made this stairway, because I feel like there should be something between these two things here. So I kind of like added this custom thing here, and it looks super cool. I like how it ended up looking. All right, so here we go to the arch bridge ish that I was struggling with a lot. I think it took me around like small 2 hours to actually be satisfied with how this looked. And I actually think now, come to think about it, that I felt like I could have made it a lot better. But I was also in that mood now that I've used too much time to actually work on this, and it shows what I wanted to do with this. And I only had these pieces in mind, to be honest. There's obviously a lot more pieces in this game that would have been good for these, but I felt like these thin planks kind of like you were kind of freely to do whatever you wanted with these. So I'm kind of happy of just using those, because from afar away it actually looks super cool. You don't see all like the wooden bits and stuff, all the stuff I've done, but you do but you do see it when you get closer. But it's not what I want. I just want the illusion of that there's like a beautiful arch bridge here and stuff. And I'm kind of happy how it turned out, as you can see here. I'm always trying to add some more stuff to make it look more, you know, give it more trim work, just looking more, I don't know, just giving more patterns, you know. And I feel like I did that here by using the planks, or the thin planks, and just moving them up a bit, giving it like some sort of a pattern. And then of course support them too, so it feels like they're also stuck and not just floating and stuff. So it's pretty difficult to see what I'm actually doing, but I'm basically just moving the planks back and forth here in all this super crazy speed here. But that's basically what's happening, and then you will see me once in a while try to duplicate it onto the bridge to see how does it look now if I take this and duplicate it all the way around. And yeah, if you're thinking what it is, I think you are, then yes, the zoo did not like this at all, because this arch became something on, or canopy, what can we call it? I think it became like around 600 something pieces, and I used it like 10 or 12 times. Who says I'm not gonna use it more? So yeah, I am definitely not treating this game very well. But I mean, if we have fun, then whatever, you know. But I'm super happy though how it ended up looking, because you can see here it took me a lot of time, because every time I added a new plank I was like, oh, something needs here now, and now I need over here, and yeah, but it came out looking quite nice. Let me know what you guys think, and maybe if you have another idea in mind on how I could make these arches here, because there is one more I need to make. There's this round one too that is it's so nice. It's actually the one we have in Planko almost already made for us. I need to make something like that, and I was actually thinking about making more patterns and stuff, but I think here I might have gone with the easy way for me, by just using these planks and make it look like there's a lot of pattern going on, the illusion of it. So yeah, and I know I talk a lot about this guy here, but it did take me a lot of time to do, and I also go back and forth, and I'm not really happy about a lot of the things I do on it. But it does turn out to look nice at the end though. Yeah, and I did skip a little bit over here, so you don't need to see all the struggle I do have on this build, because I was having my fights with this guy. I did, but as I say, I did eventually feel okay with leaving it like this. Also, after I add this little extra arch on the top there to make it look more, more pretty, more elven-ish, I guess. But it also took me some time to actually get that right. But as you guys can see here on the video, I do struggle a lot with this, because the axis just didn't work for me at some point in here. It was very weird, because all of a sudden they just didn't work. I think I maybe have messed up a lot of it, and that's what you get when you do that. So I had to like struggle a bit with it, but it did eventually happen, and it does look great as soon as I added all these this triangular top to the arch here, as you guys can see. And then afterwards, I actually think I do some stuff. I just add stuff around this entire area. Also go over to add that stairway I was talking about, and building a little bit more pathing to it, because I said to you guys I was building for some sort of cinematic shot of it, because it looked super weird to me when I came onto the arch and then there was like floating buildings and stuff. So that was kind of like just my goal. So I hope the cinematics, whenever I show you them, that they are all worth it, guys. I'm really happy how they turned out. So, but we are almost at the end here of this arch, which has taken a long time to build, but we are finally getting there now. As you guys can see here, we are close to the bridge now, and as soon as I added this top on it, it just looks way better now, if I have to say it myself. So yeah, I'm super happy about this, and now we're finally finished with this section here, where I'm at another point I add some rocks and trees and stuff in the back, and then I also add the waterfall flow going here. So all this section here kind of like look finished too, even though there's still a lot more stuff to add, of course. But That's not gonna be a problem for us at all. I'm gonna give you guys some a little bit of some cinematics, as I said. Mainly of this part here, not the other parts, because you already seen that, and I didn't really do so much to it. So I'm just gonna keep the cinematics to the sections I kind of like worked on the videos. And as I said, I can't really promise when I will add some animals here, but we will add them. I promise that. Then I also have a little nice thing to say that next Wednesday, the 29th of April, I am doing a live stream Blueprint Bonanza on my Twitch, where Jøre is joining me, and the community manager for Frontier, Chante, is joining us as well for some to look at some stuff, some nice, good creations from the community. So you guys should come and check it out next Wednesday, 8 p.m. So yeah, that's just an extra thing I wanted to share with you guys. So if you guys should miss it, so come say hi and chill with us. And we will also show off Jøre's Palace Zoo and show off a little bit of Hobbiton Zoo as well. So it's gonna be a very nice stream with lots of good stuff, guys. I am really fighting here with the waterfall effects, and as you guys can see, the game doesn't like it at all either. I get these freezes, as I said, and but I'm used to it now, so it's kind of like where I'm at this point, and just built and ever. And I pause it once in a while, and then I play it again to see if it actually looks quite nice. And I kind of like how this waterfall turned out, to put up the splash parts on the top there to make it feel like it's running, and yeah, quite happy with it. I am gonna give you guys a little bit of music, and then I will return right before the cinematics to say the outro, guys. And yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the build. Alright guys, welcome back. You saw me fiddling a little bit around everywhere here, doing some stuff, putting some rocks, making that stairway at the end there, and extending the fence here, and I also try to add a little bit of pathing going on there too, so I can maybe already now prepare something for people to see from up here, and then also, you know, do something about the plaza, and also here now placing a lot of trees, just trying to upper it up a little bit here now, try to make it look nice and super cool, and yeah, trying to give it a good, nice, lushy environment. But I'm still not done placing trees though. There will be lots more placing trees, and then also I'm also gonna play around with the lighting at some point. I think that's gonna be funny too. But yeah, basically just trying to add a lot of stuff to these buildings here, to these fronts here, so they look a little bit more majestic and more detailed in some way or another. I also go in and remove some stuff on the trim here, because I didn't really like how it looked from far away. These plaster bits I've used, go in and remove a little bit of them, and then I will eventually add a lot more stuff into this guy I'm doing and figure out what I need to do. Maybe I can make a habitat next to it, and then also have the fantasy tower there, and then have maybe the big giant panda habitat there. Maybe that would be pretty dope. That could be a thing. Might do that for next time. Not the panda habitat, but maybe preparing it, so to speak, in that way. Could be a thing. But other than that, guys, you mainly just see me add the little trim onto the roofs here, so every one of them kind of like looks similar, and then I add a little bit of walls and a little bit of more stuff to the front of them to make them more unique and personal, if you ask me, as you can see here. So everything kind of like now is, you could go from A to B here, but just not as a guest, you know. But we will eventually, in some way or another, try to figure that out, and hopefully manage to get them roam around as much as we can, and also have a lot of animals too. But I really like how this looks, how it kind of like connects to this curved stairway I did that goes up to that arch bridge and then to the building, and then you can kind of like go all the way around, and I'm really into that. It's super cool. Just here before the end of the video, guys, before I get you the cinematics, I am just detailing the last parts here, just making this close to the ground so we have no floaters. And then next video, I think I'm gonna start working a little bit on the plaza section here, and maybe see how much we can get things involved with each other, and get people up here and whatnot. Lots more stuff to do, guys. And here I'm just adding a little bit more rocks and trees in the back here to kind of like get the environment of what it is we are doing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video here. Let me know down below if you have anything you want to share. I would love to hear it, guys. And give the video a like if you think it deserves it. And stay safe out there, stay awesome, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.